So, you know what I've been noticing lately is how easy it is to get stuck in your head trying to figure everything out and think it to death. Like, I just need to understand it so I can finally move on and finally shift. But that feeling of shift is an embodiment feeling. It's a felt sense, which means that we can shift it through noticing what's happening in our nervous systems and in our physical bodies. And I had this moment recently where I was feeling really off and not like myself and feeling stuck and anxious and grasping for support. And my brain immediately went into like, what's wrong and how do we fix this? And I could feel myself just, trying to not feel what I was feeling. And then I remember something that Carl Jung once said, which is that sometimes the hands solve what the mind can't. And I was like, oh, right. So instead of trying to figure it out, I just started journaling and singing and tapping on my body and letting it be whatever it was, just to express and move some stuff through. And it was wild because as soon as I put my attention on the stuckness and moved it through and made some sound, it was like I could finally have space to have another perspective. And I see this all the time with clients and my friends and myself. We suppress so much without actually even realizing it. And maybe it's not in like a big dramatic way, but in these small moments like, oh, I don't have time for that feeling. Or this doesn't make sense. Let me think my way through it rather than feel my way through it. But your body doesn't work like that. And it could be holding on to things, and it doesn't need actually a solution. What it needs is witnessing. It needs space. And expression doesn't have to be this big thing. It can literally be scribbling in a notebook, or making a weird sound in your car, or moving your shoulders for like 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be this big, deep, spiritually expressive experience. It just has to be real and authentic. Because when you actually let yourself express, your nervous system starts to actually settle, and some things can start to make sense because you are able to access more perspective. And so you can feel more like yourself again. And I think that's the missing piece for a lot of people, that we're trying to understand ourselves into healing, when really we need spaces where we don't have to understand anything. We just get to show up exactly as we are and let whatever's there move. And if you're listening to this and something new is like, yeah, I don't want to keep doing this alone anymore, and I'm tired of hitting a brick wall with fighting myself, you don't need more information. And you also don't need to keep trying to figure yourself out. What could be most helpful is having a space where your system can actually unwind, where you can be fully seen and expressed and supported in true shifting transformation, felt sense. And that's exactly why I created my Beyond Limits Heroic Transformation Program. And it's a 4 to 6 month container for deep embodied change, and it's really about living your truth. And if that's speaking out to you, message me. I'd love to feel into if it's aligned for you.